This is the OnePlus 7T. It's the culmination of all our design and engineering and efforts and crafted for those who like us, alright. Always strive for the very best. Just been 4 months and we got the new phone. If you got a lot of money, those who like us, you should buy the OnePlus phone every 4 to 5 months now. Alright, so today we are here to check out the full durability test of the OnePlus 7T, and already I have tried few phones in the past. None of the OnePlus phone till now have passed on the drop test. Yes, obviously they're using good quality materials like the high class frame. So OnePlus 6T we tried, that phone was completely drop dead. Drop dead means it failed, it's screen cracked, it's not even turning on. We tried the OnePlus 7, that phone again failed, it is completely drop dead. Then the OnePlus 7 Pro, that phone also failed on the drop test, but since the curved display, with some reason that phone was still working. I'm really hoping with the new circular camera design, is it going to make any kind of impact, or the new 90Hz display is going to save the OnePlus 7T from the drop test? So guys, let's go start and see the full durability test of the OnePlus 7T. So this is your OnePlus 7T in the glacier blue color. The color is really very different this time. I like it more. There's a pre-applied screen protector, but do use some good tempered glass. Why? We should come to know later. The frame has a similar design construction like we've seen in the past on the OnePlus 7 and the 6T. And the paint job also is very hard. Buttons also are made from the metal, and it should be. There's no sense to use plastic button over the metal frame. And they're also very tight, they're not coming out very easily. I'm just trying my best to remove them. Power button also have the same construction. They are also made from the metal, having the paint job on it. Iconic alert slider. It's a brilliant design. Again, it's made from the metal. In the worst case, this is how your phone should look like in case it got some major dent on it. Let's check out the SIM tray. I was hoping it should be made of the metal, but not. There are still some few flagship who do give the SD card also. And they are made from the plastic. I was hoping it should be made of the metal. There is a rubber sealant too. Hopefully your phone should be waterproof too. We are going to verify it later also. The rear panel has a different design this time. It is a matte frosted glass, and I'm just trying to scratch harder with this knife. The OnePlus logo, the OnePlus branding, it's inside the glass. It's not going to come off. Not seeing any scratches so far. The rear camera frame has a different design this time. It's made from the metal. On the top of that there is a black circular ring. Then on the top you have the glass finally. And there's a black paint job over it. If you're not going to use any case, hopefully that black paint should come off with time. Not this blue one. I'm just trying to make it to come out, but they're not coming out easily. So do try to use some case. Why? We're going to see on the drop test on the later too. It took 6 years for the technology to make a smaller sensor, iconic 1020 with the 41 megapixels, such a big size, triple camera, now even the smaller housing camera. Alright, rear camera should be having a protection of the Gorilla Glass 5. But it does get some kind of scratches, that's what we have seen, but those are very minor hairline scratches. And it's not even visible with the naked eyes. If you use some direct sunlight, if you're going to watch that there, you can see some bit of hairline scratches, but those are okay. They are not going to affect the camera quality at all. Front display is protected with the Gorilla Glass 6, similar like we have seen on the OnePlus 6T and the OnePlus 7. This is the latest one available. And OnePlus, this Gorilla Glass 6 is really great in terms of taking scratches, not in terms of drop we have seen. Front camera also has a protection of the Gorilla Glass 6 because it is just having the notch one. So I try to scratch it for a minute with a sharp razor knife. Still I'm not able to see any kind of scratches so far. One problem I found with this earpiece, like it is very big and it is very outside, it is very close to the display, and if you're keeping any sharp object, keys and coins in your pocket, and it's also made from the plastic, it may get some kind of damage. It should be made from the metal, so in the worst case your earpiece should turn up into like that, but quality is still okay, there is no problem at all. Alright guys, now it's time to perform some kind of splash test. It's the 7th generation OnePlus phone, I guess it's the 10th OnePlus phone, and still there is no IP rating. The company is saying, you know, it's taking cost, so why to spend money over that? Anyways, OnePlus 60 I tried 2 minutes of a splash test, OnePlus 7 I tried for 3 minutes. Let's try to increase the time. You know, every year we have to increase the time. I'm going to perform the 5 minutes of this casual splash test. Just going to take the phone out, then we're going to verify all the basic stuffs like the phone is working properly or not. As you can see, I'm just trying to use the phone, all the basic stuffs like the touch is working, power button is working, face unlock is also working, it's unlocking fine, there is no problem, and volume buttons are also working, volume down, volume up, all stuffs are still working.
ठीक है, तो चलिए खाते हैं। ओके, 20 किलो जैसा कहा था वैसे ही देखिए अभी भी काम कर रहा है। देखिए ये कैमरा प्रॉपर्ली देखिए अंदर बाहर जा रहा है। गुड जॉब OnePlus, 20 किलो मैंने।
Let's see whether the phone is charging fine or not. So this is the multi-purpose, you know, true wireless earbuds from the wings, having the power bank capability also. Charging is still okay. Rear camera, selfie camera, they're also working fine. There's no problem at all. Alright guys, now we're going to perform the distortion test. I'm just going to twist the phone randomly from different direction. You know, this is the test Oppo and all the companies, they're performing on their lab itself. I mean, they're in the factory. I'm just trying to replicate here. There are few phones who have failed here in this kind of test, like the Vivo Z1 Pro. So far, on twisting the phone from many angles, I'm not seeing any kind of damage so far. It is fine. The frame is holding up everything. The glass is still intact. Let's try to bend the phone and see whether there is any kind of problem with or not. So far, no OnePlus phone has failed, but I am seeing this time there's a lot of flex here. I don't know why, but it's flexing a lot. The phone is still intact, but the flex is not great. I can see there's a little bit of you know, deformation in the frame. Could be 1 to 2 degrees, not more than that. Okay, you can see I can easily bend that. That was not the case with the OnePlus 7, the 60. They were very hard phones. I'm not sure, like it is aluminum 7000, it could be aluminum 6000 too, not sure, company hasn't mentioned it. Okay, let's try to bend from the opposite direction. And as you can see, the back glass has been cracked just around the you know, the volume button, so that's a weak fragile point. So this is the first OnePlus phone which is failed on the burn test. You know, OnePlus 7 we tried, OnePlus 66, all have passed. I don't know, it could be the fault of the frame because it's not very hard. I can see there is a flex on the phone. It could be the reason why the glass has been broken, or maybe the glass, this frosted glass, is not as durable as the regular glass we see. In display finger is always working, even if you try to scratch it, it is very fast. But just in case, you know, if there is a bad day with your phone, what happens with that? So far it is working, I don't see any problem, it is going great. Okay, it's still working great. Just going to make some more dent on the screen. And just for information, in case the display is cracked, the fingerprint sensor is still working, the sensitivity is decreased. And it is still working, there is no problem so far. It is working fine. Alright, trying to add the new fingerprint sensor, it's added properly and also it's unlocking good. So there is no problem even after scratch, it is working fine. And here is guys a quick summary for the drop test. I've already performed the drop test with the same phone, so I'm just going to summarize you. So I'm trying to drop the phone from various angles, starting with the waist height, on the top side, bottom side, a corner, the rear side. Since the back glass is already broken, it's gonna end up completely shattered like that, but still I'm just going to move further. Different heights, and like I told you earlier, there is a no OnePlus phone which has survived perfectly. they all failed from the 6 feet drop test. We are going to perform this similar kind of test here. And here it is, OnePlus 7 Pro got the screen cracked from this height also. Okay, so far the front display is holding up, and the back panel, it just keep on getting new spider webs. Display is still going great. There is another angle
3, 2, 1
on the top side. This time it got straight to the edges. We got some more spiral webs on the back side. The front display is still doing great. Alright, this is the final moment of truth. I'm just going to draw from the screen
3,
side.
2,
OnePlus
1.
60, OnePlus 6, they all failed from here. And unluckily, it got impact from the side, not the exact front. And hopefully it should pass. Let's check it. So this is still okay. I don't see any problem. This is fine. So I'm going to drop it one more time, just in case if it meets the ground on the flat side perfectly. This is how the OnePlus 60, OnePlus 7, they all failed on the straight impact. And as you can see, now the front display has been, it is not, it dropped it. It is great. It is still working. It's still perfectly usable.
So we have already seen the phone, the rear panel got cracked on the bend test. And when we tried the drop test, if you on the up to 6 feet height, when we dropped the OnePlus 70, the display got completely cracked. It is same as the OnePlus 60 and the OnePlus 7, but this time it is not the drop test. That means the phone is working. I mean, if you want to use, you can use it. So guys, that's been it for the OnePlus 70 complete durability test. The phone is really great in terms of performance and all the stuff. But this is a glass phone. You need to, take care. You have to pay some extra attention. Have a great day.